When we think of true greatness, what comes to mind? Is it fame? Is it fortune? Or is it, something deeper, something that touches the very soul of humanity? For me, true greatness is found in the heart of service, in the unwavering spirit of one small woman who became a giant of compassion. Her name was Mother Teresa. She was a beacon of hope in the darkest corners of the world, a living testament to the power of love in action. She showed us that one person, filled with purpose and kindness, truly can change the world. She didn't seek the spotlight, but her light was so bright, the world couldn't help but see it. Her story is one that speaks directly to the best parts of ourselves. It reminds us that no matter who we are or where we come from, we all have the capacity to make a difference. Mother Teresa wasn't born into royalty or wealth. She was born Gonxha Bojaxhiu in Skopje, a place far from the global stage. From a very young age, Agnes felt a deep calling, a whisper in her soul, pulling her toward a life of spiritual service. Growing up in a devout Catholic family, she was inspired by stories of missionaries. This wasn't just a fleeting dream, it was a profound sense of purpose. At 18, she left home, traveled to Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto. After taking her vows, she was sent to Calcutta. She taught, later became a principal at a girls' school. For nearly 2 decades, she found joy. Yet outside the convent, the city's poverty pressed in. She saw people on the pavement, sick, hungry, alone. It weighed on her spirit. She felt a growing unease, a sense God was calling her to step into the struggle. On a train to Darjeeling, she received a crystal-clear inspiration. With Vatican permission, she traded her habit for a blue-bordered white sari, the same kind worn by the poor women of the city. She trained medically, then walked the streets of Calcutta alone to serve those abandoned by everyone else. Mother Teresa's first act was to start a small open-air school for the children living in the slums. She had no building, no blackboard, no desks. So, she picked up a stick and began writing letters in the dirt, gathering the children around her, giving them their first taste of education and care. This humble beginning set the tone for her life's work. It wasn't about perfect conditions. It was about using whatever she had, right where she was. Soon, former students joined her, young women inspired by her courage and compassion. Together, they formed the Missionaries of Charity, a congregation dedicated to serving the poorest. Their work was physically and emotionally exhausting. They sought out the truly forgotten, the sick and dying on the streets, orphaned children, people with leprosy others feared to touch. They opened Nirmal Hriday, the place of the pure heart. Here, those who had lived in filth and neglect spent their final days surrounded by love, washed, fed, and given the dignity of a peaceful passing. Her philosophy was simple but so profound. She famously said, "We can do no great things, only small things with great love." That was her guiding principle. She believed every life had immense value and that no one deserved to die alone and unloved. As the world began to hear about this small nun doing extraordinary work in the slums of India, her influence started to spread like wildfire. The Missionaries of Charity grew from a small band of 12 members in Calcutta to a global force for good, with thousands of sisters serving in hospices, orphanages, soup kitchens in countries all over the world. Mother Teresa became an international symbol of compassion, a living saint in the eyes of many. Her simple blue and white sari was instantly recognizable. Her message of love resonated with people of all faiths and backgrounds, presidents, popes, and ordinary people on the street. Her work was formally recognized on the world stage when she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. In her acceptance speech, she did something remarkable. She asked the organizers to cancel the traditional celebratory banquet and donate the money to the poor in Calcutta. For her, accolades were never the goal. They were simply tools to shine a brighter light on need. She used her growing fame not for personal gain, but as a platform to advocate for the forgotten. If you judge people, you have no time to love them. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. The hunger for love is much more difficult to remove than the hunger for bread. Mother Teresa understood the greatest poverty was a lack of love. She looked people in the eye, held their hands, and made them feel seen and valued. This, more than anything, was her greatest gift, the healing power of pure, unconditional love. Even after her passing in 1997, the light she ignited continues to shine brightly, illuminating a path for all of us to follow. Her legacy is not found in monuments of stone or bronze, but in the living work of the Missionaries of Charity, who continue to serve the poor in more than 130 countries. It lives on in the hearts of the millions she inspired to volunteer, to donate, and to simply be kinder to their neighbors. She planted seeds of compassion that have grown into a global forest of service. Her life serves as a powerful and enduring source of hope, especially in a world that can often feel divided and cynical. Her message remains simple: find someone who needs you and help them. You don't need a grand plan or a large organization. As she would say, if you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one. This is a call to action that every single one of us can answer today. The hope she gives us is rooted in the transformative power of personal action. It's easy to feel helpless in the face of poverty, sickness, and injustice. But Mother Teresa's story cuts through that feeling of powerlessness. She demonstrates that one person's commitment can create ripples of change that extend far beyond what we can see. Her light will never go out because she lit a flame within each of us. Find your Calcutta. Start small. Love greatly.